So I'm noticing this cycle kind of in the growth process, which is, we kind of live our lives unconsciously, and then something happens and it makes us go, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why am I doing this? Why is this other person doing that? Why am I having this experience? What's happening here? And then so we get really focused on kind of parsing things out, figuring out the details and the factors and things that contributed to the situation, and how can we fix things? How can we be more aware? And so there's this space that occurs in our minds, this very broad space, where we're constantly, like, it's churning, it's churning. We're thinking, we're ruminating, we're trying to figure it out, we're trying to solve a problem. And then we get to a place of, we've done some growth, we've done some work. We come to kind of like an acceptance of what is. So maybe that's of ourselves or of someone else, of a situation. We like accept it, and we kind of let go. So much of the pain that we have in our lives is us holding on to a thing that we really, really want. And a lot of the time we want something not because of what it actually is, but because of what we believe it is, or the meaning we have attached to it. So we'll hold on to people, we'll hold on to relationships. I think a really great example is people who hold on to their parents because they have this belief like, oh, my parents should love me, which, I do not disagree with that. Parents should love their children. But sometimes we got to deal with reality. Maybe we don't have parents who love us, or maybe we don't have parents who are even capable of that. But we have this meaning, like, oh, I'm holding on to this relationship because I believe that parents should love their children. One day, my parents are going to love me. It's like holding a hot coal, and it's burning you because you're like, no, it's a diamond. This is a diamond I'm holding on to. This relationship, this person. I'm going to make this coal a diamond. I'm going to hold on so hard. But that coal's on fire and it's burning us and it's hurting us. And literally all we have to do to end the pain is to let it go. Man, maybe we don't want to. But anyway, so we go through all that, and then I'm noticing, like, I'm coming back around to kind of, I don't want to say living unconsciously, but living unself-consciously. So instead of constantly thinking about what I'm doing, what does this mean, and ruminating and problem solving and all that stuff, like I've gone toward living life again, but like in a flowing way, with ease, with acceptance. So I'm not blind to things, but I'm experiencing, and that space is getting smaller. The space in my brain, between me feeling a thing and me doing a thing. And I really enjoy that. And I feel like I've seen, kind of like in my reading, that, like a lot of spiritual teachers, they're focused on the small things, their worlds, they're not even necessarily even thinking about themselves. They're focused maybe on growing something, or like just really cleaning a thing, or being out in nature. They get back out of their, they seem to, at least to me, to get back out of their heads. Life is so much easier when you're not in yourself all the time. I know we all have activities or projects or things that we do that kind of bring us out of ourselves. For me, that's always been dance, things related to music. But like when we can carry that sense of flow, of being in line with like ourselves, of not thinking so hard, when we're just like in it and we're we're doing a thing. It's such a nice way to live. It's a really great way to live. So, depending on where we are in that process, if we're in like an unconscious stage of our life, or we're in a really super conscious stage of our life, or we're kind of, getting back to being less conscious, or less self-conscious, I should say, and just really experiencing and accepting. It's nice to know that there's a point at which you stop grasping, holding, yearning, holding on to that hot coal, and you're not trying to make a diamond because you already have diamonds. You are a diamond. So we're like, I don't need to make this diamond. I am a diamond. Like, check me out. I'm wearing my crown, or whatever it is. I think a lot of people that talk about, manifesting. There's a phrase in the spiritual community. It's called spiritual bypass. And it's like, I want to like create this very specific life. I want to create this very specific relationship. I want to, whatever, instead of just like going with the flow. So it's like the ruminating, the thinking real hard, the churning. Like, I'm making lists. That's been me. I am not casting stones. And a lot of times we want to manifest like a very specific vision of happiness. And it's like, I feel like you get to a point where you go, I don't need to manifest happiness because I am happiness. Like, I bring it. I bring that energy. I bring that light. I bring that joy. I'll transform this situation. I am that love. I am that. I don't need to find it because I am it. And then of course, apparently, like, that's when all that stuff happens, which is, sure, why not? I don't know. But I do know it doesn't matter if it happens because you're already living in that space. There's a card that I pull like all the time and it's so annoying. But it's like the whale one, the killer whales. And it's disengaged from outcomes. And it's true. Like, we get very focused, holding on to that goal, or I'm going to transform this thing, or it's this very like, accomplishment oriented kind of approach to the world. And if we just really get to a space where we ain't gotta do that, who we are is enough. Where we are is enough. Our life is enough. And, we let go of the things that aren't enough and what we need, and then there's space to bring in more of like the great, awesome stuff. So anyway, I feel like I always try to, in every message that I give, I always want to like make it clear, like, I respect the process. I do not think that anybody should be at any place in their journey. It's our own journey. It's our own discovery. It's our own adventure. Like, why would you take that away? Why would you disrespect somebody else experiencing their journey? Like, no, we're all having this adventure, So if you're just going through life unconsciously, enjoy that phase. We're to the point where we're like thinking real hard about things, making lists, trying to make stuff happen, holding on to stuff. I want to make this diamond. That's its own very separate, important stage. It lays a lot of the groundwork. Now there's this like other stage where it's, coming back to basics, planting those seeds, tending that garden, appreciating all like the amazing stuff, that's in our life. And it's really hard. It's really hard to get to that place when you're in a place of pain. Like, I super get that. And you don't have to force it, just know that it's there, like when you're ready, to be seeing like the wonderful things. And you don't need to, when you've moved out of that validation stage of like what happened to you, that you were traumatized, you were victimized, or you experienced a thing, or whatever, you know, so when you don't need that anymore, you know, there's this other place to move to, one that's full of joy and gratitude, and you are enough, and you love yourself, and your life is great, and it's all the little things that make it that way. And some of it is that our perception filter has changed and shifted. Some of it is that we've like processed our pain, you know, so we can see that stuff. You can't see, like, if your leg's bleeding, you know, like, your leg is bleeding out, you're not gonna be like, ooh, what do I have to be thankful for right now? No, we're in crisis mode. Like, that's what we're doing. Once you get out of crisis mode, though, then you can move in that direction. So again, you know, we're kind of all, you know, we're all on this journey. We're all, you know, learning some stuff. We're all growing. We're all doing our best, you know, and if you're in crisis stage, like, boom, be about it. And if you're not, there's this other place to go to that is honestly so awesome. It's such a big sense of relief to be in a place where you love yourself, you love your life, you love people in it. That's great. And it doesn't even have to be like special, you know, it doesn't have to be exceptional. It is what it is, and that's okay. Anyway, I hope you guys have a really great day, and I'll talk to you next time.